Hey everybody, what's up? It's Tia, and this is my review on the Braxton Family Values season 2.5, episode 2. Alright everybody, I'm finna get started. Just in case you haven't seen my first one, episode 1, please go take a look at it. I did put it up really late, and again I do apologize for that. Putting this one up hopefully on time so a lot of people can see it. So if you haven't seen it, please go take a look at it. Alright, so episode 2, first scene starts off with Tony and Trina, and Trina's at Tony's house. She goes over to talk to her, and Tony asks Trina what's wrong, and Trina's basically telling her that she's considering giving up her band, and she's afraid of how her bandmates are going to take it, and she don't know how they're going to react and feel about it. So Tony basically tells her to don't be afraid to fly on your own, and everything will work itself out. And then Tony also begins to tell her about this autism that they're having, a charity or thing that they're having, and she's going to do a photo shoot. They asked her to do that, and they're also she also said she's the ambassador of the UN for autism, so that's pretty good. I didn't know that. So she's basically telling Trina about the photo shoot that she's going to do, and she's really excited and she's looking forward to it, and she's glad that they asked her to do this, for autism. So that's basically the end of the scene with them. Okay, next scene, Tamar and Tawanda, they're at a restaurant, and Tamar goes to tell Tawanda about how Vince does not want her to carry their baby. And, Tawanda's just basically listening. She says, Tamar basically tells Tawanda, Vince wants me to really carry the baby. And so Tawanda asks her how she feel about that. And she said that it's pressure about carrying it herself. She don't know if she really wants to do it. And, y'all know the drama about Tamar trying to have her baby, carrying it herself. So then she begins to tell Tawanda about that they're looking for surrogates to carry their baby, and she's basically telling Tawanda that the woman has to be ugly, she has to be knobby-kneed, she has to have like one tooth. This woman is like really going in about how she wants her surrogate to be the ugliest woman that they could possibly find. I don't know why she is worried about the woman being good looking. I don't get where that's coming from. I don't get that. But that's what she's telling Tawanda. Then she starts to sing about this goofy stuff about Tawanda and the baby and everything. And it was cute. But y'all know Tamar's a trip. And Tawanda's just sitting there looking at her like... It was so funny. Like, Tamar wasn't paying her Tawanda wasn't paying her no mind. But then that's basically how this scene ends with them. Alright. Next scene is Tony. They're basically showing her at the photo shoot, and they're showing her this dress that she wants to pose in for the shoot. I guess it was just this one dress that I remember, but the dress is made out of socks, and that was the whole plan, that they made the whole dress out of different kind of socks, and they want her to put the dress on and do it for the photo shoot. The dress, y'all, on a side note, to me it was cool as hell. I've never seen a dress look like that. I've seen people make dresses out of different things like toilet paper and all kinds of stuff, and that was really interesting how they made that dress. It was cool to me. I like that. And she was trying it on, talking about she hope it's real tight and everything because she don't want to breathe. I don't know, but that's basically what you see. Just her and them taking different pictures with the dress and the different poses that she's doing at the photo shoot. So you get to the next scene. Tamar and her dad, Michael. Alright, they're at a restaurant as well. And Tamar has a heart-to-heart with her dad. And she's telling him that she would like to do certain things before she has this baby, which is basically her record career, her singing career. She wants to tour. She wants to do all this stuff with her career before she has a baby. I basically feel like she should have tried to do this maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know what happened 5 or 6 years ago where she couldn't do this, but I don't think Tamar's going to ever be satisfied with her career until she really gets to the top, and then can really focus on having a kid. But that's how I feel, because the career thing is all in her way. I mean, it's not in her way, but it's like her main focus. She's not really trying to have a baby. I think, again, like I say, she's doing it for Vince. But anyway, she's basically telling her father that she wants to do other things before she has a baby, that everything has not been done the way she wanted to. And she basically just says she's a tragedy. And her father says, no, you're not a tragedy, sweetheart, nothing like that. And then she goes to tell her dad that she's considering getting a surrogate to carry her baby with her and Vince. And her father is not really for this. He's pretty much against it. He just basically tells her in a nice way that he thinks that she should carry the baby. He don't want to see his baby on a shelf. And I guess that's in reference to fertility, and you put the tubes up and all that. I guess that's what he meant. But he's like, I don't want to see my baby on a shelf. He said, I really would like you to carry the baby. I think you should carry the baby. And Tamar says she's really not sure about it. She's weighing out her options. Y'all, Tamar does not want to carry that baby. She really don't want to do it. That's why all this stuff about Tawanda carrying the baby for her and them getting official surrogates, that's why she's doing this. She do not want to carry that baby. She'll be alright if she do. Her body will bounce back. I don't think it'll be a complete mess if she has a baby. But anyway, that is pretty much the end of their scene. So, next scene, again, is just Tony. And she's at her photo shoot where they're actually taking pictures of her in a dress. And Nigel Barker, yes, from America's Next Top Model fame, Nigel Barker is actually the one taking the pictures. Tony's very happy about this because she likes Nigel Barker's work. I don't know if she's worked with him before, but she was happy that he was doing the pictures and everything like that. So they were just basically talking, and she's trying on the dress, and they're taking different pictures and different poses again, and she's basically saying that being a model is very hard. She's not used to taking pictures. She took photo shoots and stuff like that for her albums and certain things of nature, but she's not a model at heart, so this is very hard for her. But she said in the end she had a good time, and it was worth all the hard work that she did, because she really truly enjoyed the modeling. So you get to the next scene, which is Trina and Gabe. Y'all, okay, Gabe come over to Trina's house, right, and they have a nice sit-down talk. Trina has said, in a side note before Gabe gets there, that she has filed for divorce, and she's basically trying to get over the hurt and the pain that she's been dealing with Gabe. So Gabe come over, and Gabe sits down and talks to Trina, and Gabe basically tells Trina that he would like to move back in. And that he said he's been in meetings. He said SA meetings. I was like, what does SA stand for? Oh, sex addict meeting. So that's what he was talking about, because they actually said sex addicting, and then I caught what SA meant, because yeah, y'all, I didn't know. So he said he's been to SA meetings, and he's been in the therapy, and that he's trying to better himself. And, he really would like to move back in. And Trina's basically saying, she's not ready for all of that, and it's too soon, and she's really trying to get a divorce and move on. So, Gabe asked Trina about the guy that she had this oral transaction with, which I think his name is Christian. And, Christian. So, Trina says that they don't really speak much, and she doesn't really talk to him, and she's trying to put that behind her and move on. And so they begin to talk about her oral transaction with this guy. She said, I just don't understand. She said, everybody is so hard on me. They're hard on me, and they're harder on you. She said, I don't understand why they're treating me so bad when I feel like I didn't deserve this. And he said, I'm going to tell you why they're treating you so bad. She said, okay, tell me. He's like, basically because you're downplaying what you did. You keep calling it oral transaction. Why don't you just say what it is that you had oral sex, or whatever. The word you keep using, the way you keep acting like it's no big deal when it is. And she said, well, oral transaction, that's what I call it. That's how I refer to it as. And he made this big thing, well, maybe I should just say something like you just say the truth instead of just saying you had an oral transaction. You did that's not what it was. Say what it was and don't downplay it. But you know, Trina's not trying to hear what he has to say. He makes some kind of reference about him sticking his dick in another woman's pussy, but they bleeped the words out. I think that's what he said. And they just kind of go back and forth about that a little bit. And then Trina basically says that there's a lot of resentment between the two of them, and that even though that their situation is going in the right direction, they need more time. More time for what? They gonna get back together? I don't know about them two, y'all. So, end of scene with them. Okay. Tamar and Vince, y'all, they were messed with these surrogates that they went to go see. So, Tamar and Vince are at Vince's office. They decided to meet all the surrogates there. They didn't want to meet them at the home in case they were crazy or whatever, and they didn't want to know where they live. I mean, that was a good idea. But you know, Tamar played, well, they Looney Tune, they crazy and everything. I don't want them to come to my house and everything. I don't want to know where the hell we live at. True. So they meet at the office. So they meet they meet different perspectives for being a surrogate. Okay, it was 3 different women, 3 different scenes. All the women were white. Now, listen, on a side note, did that surprise y'all that every woman that they looked at so far was a white woman? It's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, seriously, I didn't expect to see white women being their surrogates. I thought there was going to be black women, but then again, I don't think a lot of black women are surrogates, and maybe that's why, but that's my personal thing on that. So anyway, it was surprising that I saw that. So, first girl walks in. Her name is Margie. They all hug each other when she walks in. Ask them how they're doing and everything. She gets a chance to sit down, and they ask her what she do. Margie says that she works at a gym and all. And Vince asks her, would she consider living with them if she becomes their surrogate? And Margie says that she's open to the situation. Tamar said, I didn't know that we were going to have them live with us. You want them to live with us? And Vince is like, yeah, because I want to keep an eye on my baby. And Margie's like sitting there, and she's like, well, we didn't discuss that because I didn't know that's what you wanted to do. You know, y'all know Tamar. So basically, you know, Tamar said she's not having it. And then the lady basically gets up and she thanks them, and then they leave. I mean, she leaves, and that's the end of their scene. So, next scene, Tony. She's at the Fashion Week for Autism, and you see her, they're taking pictures of her, they're interviewing her about autism, about her kid, and she talks about how difficult it was, but it's better. She's glad that they have things out here for people who have kids or people that they care about with autism. They show her speaking, saying that she's glad everybody came out and to have a good time, and have a good time. This is a charity thing, but it's for the good. Enjoy yourself and have a good time and relax. And she thanks everybody for coming out, and like I said again, to have fun. And basically that's the end of her scene. You see the different pictures that she took, and they look nice with the same dress that she tried on for the shoot. And that's basically the end of her scene. They didn't show her sisters or anything like that. They just showed her, I think, Nigel Barker and the other people that hosted the event. So that's the end of the scene with her. Okay, Trina and her band. Next scene. Okay, Trina and all her band members sit down. I don't know where they are. I guess they're at some office or some office building or something. So they all sit down, and Trina goes to tell them that she's taking a band hiatus, and she'd rather they hear it from her than from anybody else. So she also says she wants to fly with her own solo career. And so everybody's just listening to hearing what she has to say. And Christian, the one she had the affair with, goes to ask her who's going to be in it. So Trina basically named everybody except, I think, for 2 people, which of course was Christian and another girl. Supposedly based on all the names she named. Maybe it was 1 or 2 more people, but she pretty much named 90% of the people, and then, or 95%, and the other 2 or 3 people weren't going to be a part of the group. So Christian says, you don't want me to be a part of your group. He said, I play guitar. I could put some balls in it. And Trina said, balls? Okay, I'm going to need you to have a seat. You take 2 seats over there. So he was like, but I'm serious. I really want to be able to play. And Trina just kind of dismisses him. And everybody says, they're going to support her no matter what. They're happy that she's moving forward, and they got her back, and they love her, and they all give her a hug. And basically that's the end of their scene. Because I guess everybody except for like Christian and the other girl are not going to be a part of it, so everybody I guess was happy. They didn't show who the other people weren't going to be in it. But I guess for whatever reason they're okay with that, because like I said, most of the people that's in her band are going to be with her. So I figured that if that was the case, then why are you dismembering the band? But I get it. So Christian meets her outside and basically says, when everything is over, he's like, I really want to be a part of the band. I really would like to be a part of it. And he said, I hope you consider it. And she said that basically she kind of blew him off somewhat. And I guess he said he would like to be with her too. He'd like to spend time with her, and she kind of blows him off. And he was like, okay, don't be a stranger, let us talk. And she said, okay. She ain't trying to be with no Christian. At least that's how it seems to me. So, okay, Tamar and Vince are still in the office. Second lady comes in, okay? Her name is Sarah. She's white too. Like I said, she's white. And Sarah says that she has been a surrogate before. So she has no problem being a surrogate. And then she said she would be honored to have a baby with Vince. And Lord have mercy, Tamar was like, what you mean you want to have a baby with him? This is our baby. What you mean you're honored to have a baby with him? Boy, Tamar was so mad. And she said, well, I'm just saying it would be nice to have a baby with somebody like Vince. Because I guess you know who Vince is, I guess. But boy, Tamar was red hot. She was like, this is our baby. You're not supposed to be having, like, y'all finna lay down and have sex together. She didn't say it, but that's what she was implying. So, Sarah goes to tell Vince and Tamar that, she has a price range for how much she carries the baby. Which I guess they do pay the surrogate. And Tamar says, what's your price range? She said, anywhere between $10,000 to $100,000 depending on the situation. I don't know what kind of situation. I don't know what the difference is in the price range, but she said her price range was between $10,000 to $100,000. Tamar says, okay, yeah, but she said that's out of our price range. And Vince was kind of like, really? She's like, yeah, that's too much. That's out of our price range. Thank you very much. And then Sarah gets up to leave. End of their scene. Okay, next scene. Trina and Gabe are back again. So Gabe is at Trina's house, and Trina calls him over because Trina is concerned about their son Caleb, and I guess his grades and things of that nature. Now, on a side note, Trina has 3 kids. From what I remember and understand, the first 2 kids are not Gabe's. The last kid, the youngest son, is their kid together. But this particular son that she's talking about, I think it's her middle kid, Caleb. So this is not his son. But Gabe is the only father that the three boys know. So they consider him to be his dad. So she invites Gabe over, and she's telling Gabe that she's concerned about their son Caleb, and that Trina thinks it's healthy that Gabe is around the kids because they love him. They think of him as their dad. He's good. He was good with them. He was a good father. And so she's thinking to help Caleb with what's going on. She said, Caleb is going through all this stuff because of our divorce, and you're not here, and you're not around. And she said, I think he's having issues with that, and he's failing. He's not doing good in school. And I think if you hang around him and spend more time with him, maybe he'll be better and back to his old self. And Gabe said, that's fine. He said that he is glad. He's glad to do it. He's glad to be around him. He thanks Trina for letting him be with the kids. And Trina says she thanks Gabe. She said, you're welcome. I thank you for being around, because a lot of men would not even do that, even if we're not not divorced yet, they wouldn't even be around my kids no more. She said, so I thank you. And Trina also tells Gabe about her letting go of the band. She said, I'm gonna let go of most of my band members when I get ready to do my solo career. And he says, really? And he said, okay. He said, well, what about the other guy that you was with? And she said, no, Christian's not gonna be a part of the group. And boy, did y'all see Gabe gave that $10 million smile. He's like, Gabe was happy as hell. He was like, yeah, alright, it's about time. He said, I'm so glad that she is not having that man in her life. He said, I'm still skeptical. He said, for the fact that he's not going to be a part of this band, he said he is very happy and he's glad that she's not going to keep him. He basically thinks he has a chance to still be with her. And the fact that he was still around her was causing issues with them. So he's very happy. And like I said, Trina says she's not letting him be a part of the group for obvious reasons. She says she doesn't want to have conflict. She feels like it's awkward. She wants to try and put that past behind her, and the best way to basically do it is not for him to be a part of her group. So again, Gabe is happy, and that's pretty much the end of their scene. So next scene, Vince and Tamar again. Okay, this is the last scene with them, and they get to this last girl. She's white as well, like I said. Her name is Lily. Now, Tamar, like I said, she was upset because the other two girls were really pretty. So Lily comes in. Lily is kind of a little bit on the plain side. She got a little cuteness to her, but she was real plain. So Tamar was happy because in Tamar's eyes she was ugly. So she sits down and they basically ask her what she's doing, and she basically says she's not really working. She's like sleeping on her friend's couch. She doesn't really have her own place to stay. She really is not trying. She's really trying to do stuff, but she's not really there. So she goes on basically that she has no place to live. She's not, I don't want to say bumming off her friends, that's the notes I have, but she's kind of like living off her friends. She really doesn't have her own money, and she's just trying to get situated as much as she can. And Tamar thinks that she's just trying to get by, and she's really just about trying to have money, and she don't really care about really being a surrogate, basically. So Tamar says, have you heard of a situation called I forgot how she said it, but she said, have you heard of a situation, get a life? And the lady's looking at her like, no, I don't know. She said, okay. She said, well, you need to look that up, and then when you do, she said, give me a call. And the lady was like, okay. She said, so you can leave now. Tamar was so rude to that lady. She didn't have to say that to her, but y'all know Tamar got some balls. And Vince was like, that was rude of you. She said, well, she said she was wasting our time. I didn't want her here any longer. I'm not trying to have nothing like that carry our baby. She's not even serious about it. So Vince was kind of just laughing at her. And then that ends the scene with them. So you get to the last scene, which is Tony and all her sisters and their kids. Okay, her sisters planned a graduation party for her older son. I forgot what his name is. Denham, because the other one is Diesel. Diesel's the youngest one, so Denham. And you can see him outside playing and playing ball, and like they're having a big picnic. You saw them out there with food, and they was talking to her son Diesel and talking to her older son Denham and playing around and having a good time. And Tamar sees Vince, playing with Tony's son, and then Tamar says that Vince is amazing with kids and he would make a great father. And then Tony basically is just saying, she's happy that everybody's here, that she knows that they don't get a chance to spend all their time together like they should, or like she would want to, and sometimes they have their problems, but she was glad that everybody was there, and she was just basically happy that her family is together. And everybody, that's the end of my review. Yep, that's the end of my review. Okay, well, this one, let me see, 19, yep. Oh, no, I still didn't do that. Y'all be trying to make these videos shorter, but y'all know I can talk my butt off. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's my review, so I hope you enjoyed it. Next week look like it's going to be pretty interesting. They're going to show Tony again doing her thing. Trina and Gabe talk. Oh, Trina shows this. She's got these dancers that's supposed to be with her love interest and everything, and she shows them kissing. I think Gabe's going to be in the background watching. Lord, it's going to be a hot mess. But it looks like it's going to be pretty good. So, stay tuned. I'm going to try and do the next episode as well early. So everybody, again, like I said, that is it. Don't forget to comment, rate, and if you're not a subscriber, then please subscribe to my channel, okay? Alright, so I hope y'all have a good day or a good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care, and again, I hope to see you in the next video. Alright, until then, everybody, y'all take care. Alright, bye.